Hey folks, Coach Simon back with another coaching video focused entirely on the 3-1-2. So if you're training for 2023's 3-1-2, the 2-2-5 or the 1-6-5, you'll probably want to watch this video. Actually, come to think of it, if your training this year has been a little bit, let's say, a bit off-piste, and you're thinking, I'd like to improve my power on the bike and improve my strength and just get fitter and faster, then this video is going to be for you too. Righty, let's get into it. It doesn't matter what distance you choose. If you want to get around this tough test in Mallorca, you're gonna need to be strong to ride those hills fast. You're gonna need to be fit and in great shape to be able to finish the race quickly and feeling really confident. From experience riding this competitive Sportive, it's tough, especially in the first part of the race. That's where the majority of the climbing happens. The 3-1-2 unprepared, you're going to get dropped from a group, which, let's face it, they're going to help you get over some of the climbs and keep a really good average pace. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's September and the 3-1-2 is bloody miles away. Yeah, you can think this way. But if you're serious about your cycling and you want to be able to stick with a strong group of riders on climbs and want to hold wheels in a bunch when the bunch surges and finish the event as fast as you really want to, then you're gonna need to start laying the foundations and groundwork right now. So what should you be focusing on to make sure you ride the 3-1-2 in the best shape of your life? From September to December is a perfect time to start building strength endurance in the gym and on the bike and starting to hone your power. So let's break this down a little bit and start focusing on strength endurance in the gym. Now keep an eye on the video because I'll talk about what to focus on the bike in a little bit. But what does that mean, Simon? Should I lift heavier or lighter? What's better, free weights or machine weights? And how many times a week should I train? It depends on your lifting experience. Look, if you've been lifting for a while and have great movement patterns, I'd focus on free weight exercises such as squats and deadlifts. However, there is nothing wrong with choosing machine weights, especially if you're new to lifting. They reduce the chances of your getting injured and they quickly help you build strength and your cycling power. So what should your strength training look like in the run up to Christmas? I'd start focusing on a strength endurance phase, lifting moderate to heavy weights for more repetitions and focusing on longer times under tension. So you're making sure that you're getting really good range of motion and activating all your muscles. What that'll do is build up the foundation to progress into a pure strength and power phase later on in the new year. Let's talk about what to focus on the bike right now. As we head into the autumn, nights are definitely going to get shorter, and that means more turbo time midweek. To ride the 3-1-2 fast and confidently, you're going to need strength. Now look, we've got that covered, tick. But you're also going to need to develop your power and build an understanding of how to hold that power on climbs for longer periods. What should your turbo sessions look like each week? I'd focus on one threshold session and then one session where you're working on lower gear, lower cadence at a moderate intensity to develop your pedal mechanics and your ability to hold power efficiently for longer on hilly climbs. Two things spring to mind here is you're going to need to progress your sessions as you develop your fitness over the weeks and months. And you're going to need to make sure that you place these sessions far apart enough so that you're going to get plenty of recovery. So when you go into those training sessions, you have the energy to give them the best shot you can. All your other training sessions really should be focused on riding steady and aerobic. Now look, the weekends are going to be perfect to ride long. And remember, riding steady builds that muscle machinery to go faster later on. Don't be tempted to push it. Keep it steady, aim hilly and work on efficient climbing, staying in aerobic capacity on those climbs. So to wrap up, if you want to ride the 3-1-2 with utter confidence, build strong, solid foundations to stick with the bunch up climbs and finish this event fast, you should be focusing on building strength and endurance in the gym at least a couple of times a week, working on growing your ability to hold threshold over time, improving your ability to hold efficient power on climbs, and developing your aerobic muscular pool. And here's a final coach's note, which is something I see all the time, is that cyclists don't respect aerobic capacity training. They always try and push the envelope. Now, trust me, if you embrace this, you will see a much bigger development in your cycling than if you try and push the envelope when you're riding long and steady. Righty, that's it for this week. Now I'm going to do more of these videos about training for the 312. So if you have a big Sportive next year to aim for, around about the April time, it's worth keeping an eye on the channel because it can help you understand how to get the best from your training. And I know from having done the 312, there are certain things you should be doing in training which will get you in a really good position to be able to stick with the bunch and ride that event really strong. So if you've liked this video, do me a favor, hit like, hit share with your friends if they're going to be doing a big Sportive or the 312 next year, and I'll be back next week. Thank you for watching. To ride the 312 fast and confidently, for fuck's sake. So what should your